Welcome back, everybody. So I've been getting a lot of questions lately about how can you get your students all into RazKids very quickly and easily. And I'm going to show you a way that I think will work for you. So here's what you need to do. If you have a RazKids account, and this would predominantly be teachers at the elementary level, make sure that you're logged in. And then once you're logged in, you will want to go to the Manage Students tab. Now, notice in this case, there are no students in my class. Okay, so there's really nothing to look at in here, and you can click on Add Students. Now, the long way to do this would be basically to put in a student username and a first name and a last name, and simply do this one student at a time by typing it. You could do that. Okay, that's one way that you could do it. An additional way that you can do this is through a CSV file upload. So this is you're still going to have to type information in, but it may be easier for you to do it this way. So I'm going to go through the CSV file upload feature. So for those of you that want to try it, you can give it a chance and see how you make out. So when you get to the Manage Students screen and you click on Add Students and you click on CSV file upload, what you will do is select that, and it's going to be looking for a file. Now, you don't have a file to upload, so the best thing that you can do is to download the sample file that they give you. So if I click on the sample file, it will download into your laptop, and you'll see it will be called Kids A to Z, and it's basically an Excel file, but it's not going to be saved as an Excel file at the end, and we'll talk about that. So I'm going to click on it to open the template. Microsoft Excel will open, and as you can see, there's a whole bunch of dummy data that is in here. So the first thing that I would recommend you do is double click on the line between each column so that you can extend the columns so you can see exactly what you have to have, because a lot of the information, believe it or not, is optional. So the nice part about opening this up is we can see what we really have to have versus what we don't have to have. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to take all of these students that are in the sample file, and then I'm going to right click and I'm going to clear the contents. So now I have my column headings, which I do need for the upload, and I can put my student information in from scratch. So my recommendation is, if you're looking to keep your life simple, try to be consistent with your students. If you already have a Google ID for your students, now might be the time to leverage it. So as an example, most student Google IDs are their first initial, their last name, and a 4-digit value. And then it's the @sau6.org, right? I would not include the @ symbol. I would include everything up to the @ symbol so that you have the student's first initial, last name, and the 4 digits. After that, even though the first name is optional, I would highly recommend you put it in. Same thing with the last name, so that this way you have a login name along with the student's real first and last name. The district student ID, I would leave it blank. If you're teaching 4th grade, 3rd grade, whatever the grade is, you might want to put that in. Everything else that you see, you really do not need, except for the password. And again, to be consistent, if you're using the first part of the student's Google address, why not use the student's Google password? So in this case, I'm going to put in the password. Now, if you don't know where to get the student Google ID and the student's Google password, remember that you have access to that in PowerTeacher. Okay, so if you just go to PowerTeacher, you'll find all that information. Then you can put your next student in and just keep going. So as another example, maybe we have the fake bluff student account that we had used. So maybe we have fake bluff. And I think if I remember correctly, the account information on that might have been 0000. And I'll just call it fake, and I'll call it bluff. And again, the student's in grade 3. And maybe the password on that is, again, Claremont, in this case, Claremont 20. Now, you would keep putting in the rest of your student information here. So there is going to be some typing involved, okay? I would say to you, however, if you don't want to upload your students one by one by typing in the information, then you could revert to the spreadsheet. So again, you can put the information in student by student, just keep saving and adding another student. You might find that the easiest way to go. But for those of you that want to use a spreadsheet, you could keep filling this out with all of the student information. Then at the end, when it is time to save, okay, so in this case, I have 2 students that I'd like to upload. I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to choose Save As. And again, I'm in Microsoft Excel, okay? And I would recommend that you save this file to the desktop screen. So when you say desktop, you're going to give your file a name. You can call it Kids A to Z, or you can call it RazKids Upload, whatever you'd like to call it. But leave the file format, which is CSV, alone. CSV is an acronym that stands for comma separated value. And basically all that means is it's going to take the information that you had in the spreadsheet, and every single break where we have a new column, it's going to know to move that information into the appropriate field. So again, if I go to Save As and I say Desktop and I give the file a name, again, I'm going to call it RazKids Upload, save the file to your desktop, and now you're almost there. You can say Save, yes again. So at this point, we know we have the file that we need. When you go back to RazKids, now instead of typing in the information one by one, you can go to the CSV file upload. And when you select that, it's now going to say, all right, give me the file that I need. And if you go to choose file, you can find the file that you saved. In my case, it was called RazKids Upload. I simply open that file, and then I have to click on the upload button. When I click on the upload button, RazKids is taking all the information from that spreadsheet, and notice it's automatically filling it out. So all you have to do now is just check to make sure that the information is correct. There was the username, there's the first name, there's the last name. Here's the next username, here's the first name, here's the last name. And again, notice the grade level is also there. It's taking all of that information directly from the spreadsheet. The only thing that you do not see is the password. The password is technically protected, but once you see all of your information and you have verified it, you can simply click on the Save button, and at this point, the data saves. And now when you're looking at your classroom roster, your students are all in RazKids. So for those of you that have been asking, how do you get your kids into RazKids? Again, 2 different ways. You can type them in student by student, or you can download that sample file, put all the information in a spreadsheet, and then just upload it. So I hope that tip helps, but I'm sure some of you might still have questions. Remember, if you need individual support, I'm here for you. Just email me at cgessner@sau6.org. Until next time, take care, and I hope this tip helps those elementary teachers out there. Bye-bye.